Guys, today you decide if this build is pure barbecue chicken, because not only you gonna wipe legendary rooms in a couple of seconds, but also you're gonna teach enemies how to fly. It's absolutely overpowered, and I'm using kinda nasty synergy between DPS and skill damage that allows us actually stop enemy waves, and I think you have never seen anything quite like this, where at Capital Building Stronghold you can actually hold doors with ease without breaking a sweat. You will trap the checkpoints, enemy checkpoints I mean, and that's it. That's all she wrote, baby. Your enemies as usual will have more issues than your ex-girlfriend with this setup. And in general, my beautiful bastard, if you enjoy out of the box fresh crazy setups, consider subscribing. That will be maybe your best decision this year so far. But long story short, I'm using Heartbreaker gear set with some skill damage, and I mean some serious skill damage. Heartbreaker by itself is really nice in PvE and PvP. Well, unfortunately it received nerfs, so in PvP it's not anymore a meta, but in PvE it's still really dope gear set, because we are getting assault rifle damage, and of course with 4-piece brand set bonus we have all other goodies, but we are not using 4 pieces. We are using only 3 pieces to receive that extra weapon damage, which allows us to annihilate enemies left, right and center, paired up with flatline and glass cannon, and that's game over. For survivability you don't have to worry, because we have Memento backpack, which is providing us with 3% armor regen. You have really nice armor on kill actually. So as usual we have a lot of dirty secrets here. I will go into the details in my build guide, but before we continue, quick word from the sponsor Diving.net. If you don't have enough time or good teammates, but you still want to have all the best items in your game, then Diving.net is set for you. They have absolutely amazing team on consoles. They will complete your order super quick. Everything happens through account sharing. This service has been working for many years. They have tons of customer reviews. You can check everything by yourself, but now with my promo code RBDIP you will have 15% discount on all services. It's an amazing deal, especially when right now they have some crazy sales going on, so definitely go check these guys out. And if you have any questions, simply comment down below or contact the operator. But now let's get back to my setup, and oh boy, it's goddamn delicious. Glass cannon, unfortunately, well, it will provide you with maximum DPS output, but you have to understand that you're gonna receive a lot of incoming damage as well. So if you don't have protection from elite mods, I would not recommend you to use glass cannon. Instead, use spotter. Perfect spotter will give you 20% amplified weapon damage and skill damage, but perfect glass cannon as well, giving you 20%. But perfect spotter is on, I think, on the new brand set. I forgot the name. Jesus Christ, I'm terrible at this. Anyway, but that brand set is giving you 5% extra armor. But in our case, Providence will provide us with 15% headshot damage, but I'm using Fenris chest piece, which will provide us with additional assault rifle damage. That's the reason why you can slap enemies so goddamn hard. For specialization here we are using Technician. Technician will give us extra skill tier, disrupt grenades, really handy on legendary difficulty, skill damage, linked laser pointer attachment, which will be used on our Kingbreaker. Kingbreaker has flatline talent, it hits extra hard, like chili hits your ass. God damn, this assault rifle is really strong. Just look at that base damage value. God damn, really strong. And the tip number 1 here is that actually flatline will boost your skill damage as well. If you're gonna spot enemy, just focus that enemy with your skills as well, and boom, you are getting amplified damage in the building, baby. For second weapon I'm using Capacitor, and in this build Capacitor shines absolutely amazing, since Capacitor, which with each skill tier will provide you with 5% extra weapon damage. We have 6 skill tiers, maximum skill tiers in this game, so we have 45% extra weapon damage with capacitor, and with full stacks you will get 60% skill damage. The best skill damage buff in the game if you are using weapon. So capacitor for PV and skill builds in general is must have. For the pistol though, I'm using pistol with preservation talent. Why preservation talent is like cheat code? Because you don't have to kill enemies to activate preservation talent. Your kills will count and preservation will be activated immediately, and with that you can heal yourself and you are not forced to use any medkits whatsoever. If shit is hitting the fan, just you switch to your pistol and boom, game over. For the gear, I'm using Heartbreaker gear with skill damage as my core attribute and skill tier everywhere. Yeah, I know you have to farm your ass off to find these pieces with skill damage on, but go to the countdown. Maybe you will not get all the best attributes, but you will have decent attributes to work with, at least to start work with, and eventually you can optimize your setup. And as you see, we completed capital building in 30 minutes with 3-man team. Not a bad result, but as you saw, my damage output was pretty goddamn the highest. So this build hits hard. Of course, if you're a new player, you could use maybe kinetic momentum. If you're a solo player, if you play in team, play Overwatch will be better option than kinetic momentum since you are getting weapon damage and skill damage. But again, if you're a solo player and if you want to get weapon damage and skill damage a little bit more, you could use Perfect Spotter, and Perfect Spotter will be activated with linked laser pointer attachment. So you have a couple options, but I'm using Fenris with glass cannon. I'm getting extra assault rifle damage from Fenris gear set, extra assault rifle damage from my Heartbreaker gear set, extra assault rifle damage from my Picaro's named brand set holster, and extra weapon damage from Memento backpack. And if you thought that you will not receive any trophies if you're gonna play in team with Memento backpack, since this build is providing you with ridiculous amount of DPS, you are getting trophies non-stop and you're gonna play full match with full trophies on. So increased skill efficiency, extra weapon damage, and 3% armor regen. This build is nuts, man, trust me. Trophies is not a problem. Previously in some builds you had a really tough time to get those trophies to stack your Memento backpack, but that's not the case with this build. So I strongly recommend you to try this build. It's absolutely amazing. It can fit any playstyle. If you love skill builds, if you love DPS, if you want to get out of cover, you can do this with this build. Uncle Butcher drops the mic. Stay safe, love you all. For the skills, use Assault Turret and Striker Drone, or maybe Assault Turret with Artificial Hive for lazy players. If you want to be lazy, throw Artificial Hive and Assault Turret and that's game over. Bye!